Hello, diecast fans, and welcome to a new episode of Jim's Magnificent Miniature Motor Cars. I'll be laying off the unboxings for the next couple of episodes. There's not really much out on the market at this particular time. But, in the meantime, I thought I'd be doing a couple of comparison videos. So, you can see here this Porsche 911 Carrera 4S, which I had bought not too many episodes ago. Now, interestingly enough, it put me in mind of another Porsche 911 that I bought way before I started doing unboxing videos, and it's this one. Okay, this is a Porsche 911 Carrera S by Majorette. It's a brand I have yet to feature on this channel, actually, but it was once upon a time a very prominent brand in its own right, and it has been making a bit of a soft comeback in the last few years. Anyway, I found this interesting because these cars are very similar. I mean, one is a 4S and one is a Carrera S, but quite notably, these cars are similarly priced, although this was cheaper because I bought it at a time when inflation wasn't so bad. They're similarly scaled, although this is bigger. And you know what? They're both made in Thailand, interestingly enough. Oh, and one last similarity. The Matchbox was made by an American brand that used to be a British brand. Okay, we all know once upon a time Matchbox was a British brand. And the Majorette is made by a German brand that once upon a time used to be a French brand. This is a French company that was bought up by a bigger German toy company. Okay? So the simple question is, who did the Porsche Carrera better? 992 Porsche Carrera. Well, it pays to have a little look. I rated this Matchbox fairly highly when I got it. I gave it an 8.5, acknowledging that it's got its flaws, these big wheel arches, and even looking at the interior. Can't really see where you are now, but it's kind of got a cramped interior. You got a steering wheel that basically chops the legs off the driver. Okay, and it's not very clear. It has this typical latter-day Matchbox malaise of you're not being able to see inside the cabin. Well, I'm pretty sure these are not frosted. At least I don't think they are. I don't think these are frosted windows. But if they are, well, I think that was a bad call. Now, let's contrast that to this older Majorette. Okay, you got clear plastic windows. And apart, you got rubber tires. Okay, synthetic rubber, actual rubber, doesn't really matter. You got working suspension. Okay, and you got opening doors. Okay, it should be said that Majorette's opening doors, not on this model, but on their other models, are kind of notoriously flimsy. I think, a Mustang from them that's busted. And an opening boot. It's not the engine cover, it's just the trunk. As American English speakers call it, and the boot as British English speakers call it. Okay, got pretty slick work here. The Matchbox also has opening doors. That's about it. That's all you get. Although the door action, it should be said, the door opening action is much nicer. Okay, you'll see they open farther out, and it doesn't feel quite as precarious as the Majorette mechanism. Okay, so let's compare them. The Majorette's an older car. It's a bigger car, and it's quite honestly got quite a bit going for it. I'm glad I made this comparison because I think Majorette is a brand that's worth highlighting because, well, they do good work here. I mean, another thing worth highlighting is the fact that for the Majorette's headlights, you got plastic inserts, whereas for the Matchbox, you just got simple tampos. Again, though they're separated by something like 2 or 3 years and quite a bit of inflation, this still shakes down as the cheaper car. Okay. And I don't know, maybe Matchbox may have better quality control, but it just really strikes me that Majorette did a better job with their Porsche. I mean, this is still a budget car. It's worth emphasizing. It is very much a budget car. And you know what? It wins this head-to-head. The Matchbox, when I unboxed it a few episodes back, got an 8.5 from me. And though this car is far from perfect, it's definitely got its own flaws. Oh, by the way, look at this wonderful interior. You can actually see a fully sculpted steering wheel, or almost fully sculpted. And it doesn't cut off the driver's feet, notably. Got a fully formed dashboard. Okay, sorry, as I was saying, I gave the Matchbox an 8.5. And I'm gonna give this a 9, taking into account everything, price, craft, everything. Right, and well, I also would like to point out that for some strange reason, since their mini resurgence back in 2020, Majorette appears to have been hit by the pandemic because they haven't really produced new products since then. It's a bit disappointing, but I'm kind of hoping they bounce back, considering that, well, you know, the world is slowly but surely returning to some semblance of normalcy. So I do hope Majorette is able to resume their resurgence, because, you know, with cars like this, you know, they've clearly shown that they have a lot to offer us diecast collectors. And that's it for this somewhat different episode. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Rest assured, we'll be back to unboxing soon enough. Okay? In the meantime, I hope you enjoyed this. And for those of you who are new to the channel, I hope you like not only this episode, but that you like this channel enough to give me a like and a subscribe and hit that notification bell. Excuse me.